Hey, hey. All right. So, Ophiuchus, welcome back, guys. So, let's take a slightly more studious approach to our storytelling tonight. Um, I went ahead and did a shuffle, and we ended up with the peregrine falcon. So, peregrine falcon in particular has, by the way, fabulous eyesight. But there's in the Egyptian mythos, the eye of the peregrine falcon is exactly the eye of Horus. Now, Horus is from the Egyptian pantheon of gods. Horus was the son of Isis and Osiris, and his was a magical birth because Osiris was killed by his brother, Set, the storm god. And Isis, along with the assistance of Thoth, the god of all wisdom and knowledge, helped, got the like special incantations to bring her husband back to life, essentially. And from there was able to magically conceive a child, which was Horus. Horus later goes into the desert to fight his uncle Set, the storm god, to avenge his father's death. Horus eventually becomes the sky god. And it was said that in the ancient Egyptian time of the pharaohs, they believed that Horus was reincarnated as the different pharaohs, and then the Eye of Horus, and in fact the entire idea of like a falcon flying along with the pharaohs was considered to be like a sign of protection. And so the Eye of Horus, even today, is used as a sign of protection. It's got, the shape that has like the teardrop aspect to it. It's a very iconic shape of a peregrine's eye. But this has much to do with not just protection, but also, in this case, it's observation. Because, if we've got the eyesight of a falcon and we're flying way up overhead, we're able to see things. We're able to note things from a much higher perspective. So for Ophiuchus, we're going to start out with A, Ophiuchus is highly protected right now, but B, it might be wise for our character to see things from a much higher perspective. Hi, Marcella. How are you, dear? Good to see you. We have a King of Cups. All right. So we could be talking about seeing a particular person, possibly a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, from, stepping back just a little bit and noting this person could be a wonderful person. They could also be a deeply emotional person. But you notice they're in a suit of armor. They're regal, but they're looking right at us. There appears to be a bit of a challenge in his eyes, but keep in mind, if this character takes off the armor, they are warm, they are loving, and they have much to give, and they are really emotionally available. It could be that sometimes the people that wear the most armor are the ones that are the softest on the inside. That's why they've got to wear the armor, because they're gentle inside. So it could be like, let's not misjudge someone who comes across as stern could actually be a total softie. We got a Nine of Swords. This could be a character who has either hidden their stress very well. They could care a lot, but they just don't show it. Or this is a situation where possibly Ophiuchus has been distressed by this seemingly kind of stern figure that we see here. Let's go a little deeper on this. Ooh. We have got an Ace of Swords in the reverse, and an Ace of Pentacles upright. You know what? It's very much like, I don't know who you are. That's what you confuse me. You seem to be stern, yet there's something behind your eyes that tells me you got all kinds of smoldering emotions, but you kind of stress me out because I don't get it. I don't think it's super fun to have to do any guessing game, but I do think that Ophiuchus is looking at someone and getting a different vibe off of them than what they're revealing, which leads them to saying, you know what? I think what I want to do is start fresh with you. Maybe, this is kind of funny, maybe Ophiuchus is going to take a little bit of a saucy attitude with them and, kind of tease them just a little tiny bit like, well, since you have such an intense gaze, let me return your intense gaze. in silence, and we'll see, who breaks the gaze first. But I think they're going to do it like openly and not in a mean spirit. This is like, I want to get to know this person, but I need to see them crack. I want to see this face crack into a smile, or I want to have them realize I'm not somebody you have to wear your armor with. It feels like Ophiuchus is going to give this person a chance to reveal who they are, because they're seeing it from a higher perspective. I don't think that Ophiuchus is letting their emotions get wrapped up in this, because who knows who somebody is until they choose to open up and reveal themselves. And I don't think Ophiuchus is saying, well, I'm going to come in with a chisel and, like start trying to break your hard outer shell. That's why I almost think that Ophiuchus is going to throw it right back at them, give them a little taste of their own medicine. Like, oh, you think you can hold eye contact, baby? I don't need to blink for 3.5 minutes flat. I've been practicing, It's like I could be a deep sea diver only with my eyeballs. We got the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. We got the Five of Wands upright. It's very much about like Ophiuchus is saying, I'm just gonna let things come to pass as they will. If it's not the right time for this person to open up to me, fine. It does kind of bug Ophiuchus a little bit, though. The vibe I keep getting is it bugs them. Five of Wands is like they do keep thinking about it, but I think that they withdraw a little bit and say, maybe this person needs to approach me. I think that they're kind. I think that they're soft. But at the same time, they stress me out because I don't know for sure what they're thinking. So maybe I just need to let them come to me. But there is this energy of still contemplating it. Tell me about them. Let's go this route. By the way, King of Cups has been coming out no matter what deck I use tonight, a bunch. There's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of desire to express emotion. I've been saying all day that I keep noticing that there's an overall change, and I'm probably going to do a video just about that. I might not get to it tonight. It might not be till tomorrow, but I'm noticing an overall change. Like drama has no place anymore. Like everybody's drama fatigued, and it's just time to get to like open energy, kind of like laying down the boundaries, kind of surrendering a little bit is the vibe that I'm getting like from like as a whole. And then other people are like super rattled, but it just feels like there's like a change in the wind. Like, let's just get real. Let's be non-inflammatory. And let's just like make stuff count. Let's do stuff that's real. Let's say stuff that's real. That kind of is like an overarching, like all of the hubbub and pizzazz is getting fatiguing. So let's get real instead. And it just feels nice. It feels like I'd rather have friendships than intrigue and drama, So with that in mind, if we're looking at how is this King of Cups seeing things, we've got a Knight of Pentacles for them. We've got the Eight of Pentacles for them. We got the Fool. This King of Cups will not make any move until they are done with something else that they're doing. This character is like Charles from MASH. He does one thing, he does it very well, and then he moves on, or whatever. I don't know what the quote was, but if you're a MASH fan, you'll probably remember that. I feel like this King of Cups moves slow. They complete whatever they're working on, and they may be very serious because they give all of their attention to their tasks. If it's not time for them to pursue love and romance or flirtation, they're not going to do any of it. If they're in the middle of a workday, they don't spare time for smiles because their mind is focused on the task at hand. Then when they're done, whole different them. All of a sudden, they find themselves shirtless, wearing a cape, and standing there yelling. This character is kind of funny. They definitely have a duality to their nature. They definitely. Hi, Tammy. Good to see you, beauty. Thank you for being here, sweetheart. Always good to see you. We got a Five of Wands as well. So remember, Ophiuchus has got the Five of Wands. Like, I'm a little bit annoyed, even though I'm not going to rush it. But if they're going to just give me long, kind of stank eye glare, even though I think they're a nice person, I'm going to throw it right back at them. and then I'm not going to stress out. Whenever they talk to me is whenever they actually talk to me. I'm not mad at them, but I just don't know who they are. But there's something going on here. But Ophiuchus is a little bit hot under the collar over this person. Well, they're feeling the same kind of way about Ophiuchus, especially when their mind settles and they're not so focused on work or career or something, whatever it is. It's like at the end of a work day. This is kind of like evening. We see it's kind of like twilight, sun setting. And then in the catacombs of their mind, they're busy thinking and thinking and thinking about about Ophiuchus. I think these two kind of share like an unspoken passion right now, an interest, but they don't quite either have time or they don't quite have opportunity to talk to each other, but they keep thoughts of one another on each other's minds. And it does, there's a little energy of like overthinking, a little energy of frustration, and a little of like, I'm a little bit lost about what to do about you. What am I going to do with you? Like, that's what I feel like they both think in their heads. Tell me more. We got a 10 of Wands. We got the World. Okay, so sometime this year, again, I keep feeling like this King of Cups is kind of, I said this in one other story and I'm going to say it here. They kind of have resting bitch face. Okay, they do. They're super attractive. They have sensitive eyes, but they got kind of resting bitch face. and yet they're not mean. We see them as a lovely person, but they have not shown their lovely side yet because they're very serious. But somewhere this year, because the World card is here, and I always look at that as a span of a year or within, a year time frame, they will finally be done with whatever they think is very serious. I don't know if this person has been doing something. You notice that we have almost like, I'm picturing like this is a scout leader that's, gone spelunking with his, Cub Scouts, and there's, they get locked in the cave and he's got to rescue them. And it's like when he's done rescuing the people he feels responsible for, that's when he can finally turn his attention to his own life, to what he wants for himself. I definitely feel like this character has something that's bigger than themselves that they feel they have to work on. When they have free moments in their mind drifts over to Ophiuchus, but they're a very serious, very dedicated person, which I'd say that's a winner, man. Somebody who has real dedication, somebody who will do the difficult things, somebody who will stay focused on the task at hand. Like, those are the people we want to like build our airplanes. Those are the people we want. People who take their craft serious and they don't mess around. Doesn't mean they don't still have private lives, but we want serious, dedicated people. That's a stand-up guy, or gal. Somebody who does the job and they do it well and they stay very focused, and then when it's appropriate, that's when they allow themselves to think about other aspects of their life. So I do feel like they got to finish something first. Very much. They've got to finish something. And then they can think about other things. Tell me about the World card. Let's see. We have got, sorry, I can't read that yet. Oh, the Four of Cups sideways. They're hoping that they won't have missed out on other things that they want in their life, including, I think, Ophiuchus. What is it that they want with Ophiuchus? This is like, am I going to be too late by the time I can, give attention to this person that kind of keeps buzzing in my brain? We got the Eight of Swords in the reverse. Well, they don't want to be stuck in their head anymore about Ophiuchus. My impression is when they're ready to talk to Ophiuchus, they're going to come on in just like straightforward. They don't want to be stuck. They don't like getting stuck in their head. That's not the way they operate. But they do compartmentalize and they handle one thing at a time. They're going to try to work through stuff when they can, as soon as they can. But they do compartmentalize. And there we go. King of Cups, 10 of Cups. That is beautiful. That is some beautiful energy right there. I think the reason Ophiuchus and this character already are thinking about each other is because there's an underlying connection. It's just not time to act on it yet. We've seen the King of Cups twice in this, and we see them knowing, because this is all still when I say, what do they want from Ophiuchus ultimately? they already sense that Ophiuchus is somebody that they could really open up to. I said they'll take down their armor at some point, and then they'll be really warm, really loving. This person's going to make a great husband or wife. They picture that. They know what they want, but they can't have that till they finish something else up. I think this is somebody where it's like, for this storyline, things are going to still take time to come to pass, but it's I feel like the sincerity of this person is already present, and I feel like the interest is here, but the timing just isn't right for these two yet. And I think Ophiuchus knows that already with the peregrine falcon. They've already seen it from a higher perspective. They're already kind of keeping their distance just a little bit, but very much also keeping their eye on this person. And I think that alone, it's almost like these two can like smell each other when they're in a room. Not saying they stink, just saying like they're aware. I am the spidey senses on the back of my neck go up because I know when they're in a room, and vice versa. These two have basically already started an invisible relationship, if that makes any sense. But it's just not time. It's not time for anything beyond that yet. There's other work to be done first. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, everybody. Lots of love to you. Hey, Rach. Hi, Core. How are you? You wanted an Aquarius and Capricorn story tonight? I will. Let me see. Right now it's about, I probably will not get to them tonight, but I will make them the priority tomorrow morning, okay? I'm so glad to hear you say that you want them, and absolutely, I will get to those ones first thing tomorrow, along with, I think I've got Leo scheduled, probably another Libra as well. So yes, I promise you that those will be the priority zodiac so for tomorrow, okay? Sorry I can't get to them tonight, but you guys, thank you so much. Bye, Marcella. Have a great night, honey. Bye, everybody. Take care. Bruce.